ठीक है ठीक है, ओपन हो गया। ठीक है, ओके, थैंक यू। Nice solution. अरे ये क्या हो गया? तो है हेलो। हेलो what happened here? Am I audible? What happened here? Am I audible to
Ma'am, can you hear me?
us?
नहीं मैम, आपकी आवाज क्लियर नहीं है।
Hmm. You can absolutely
ब्रेक हो रही है
आवाज आ
आपकी
रही
आवाज।
है? You can unmute
जी,
your mic, please.
आप क्लियर है, आप क्लियर है।
Hello.
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am, I can hear you.
Hello. What happened? अभी आपकी आवाज तो क्लियर आई। मेरी क्लियर अभी आ रही वीडियो भी क्लियर
You are having some connectivity issue.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Are you there?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. I mean, now I have connected through this mobile. So is it okay that, can I continue?
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, so once again, I welcome all the participants here. So I hope that you are going through this whole 5 or 6 weeks of this course of community organization, community work, and social action. So I request the participant if they have any query, question, or any kind of clarification they see, they could please most welcome. So first I request the participant if they have any query or clarification. Then I'll discuss a little about this again, this course.
There's no query as such,
All right.
but whatever the content that you are providing is very useful,
All
and
right. Thank
also,
you so much.
yeah, and it has been helpful for me during my UGC NET exam also.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So I could clear my NET exam after listening to
That's
your
wonderful.
this.
Congratulations, Sudhakar ji.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Uh,
So I keep listening because community development, they ask at least 5 questions out of it. So this time they
Okay.
asked about welfare pluralism. So you have spoken about pluralism, about like an action taken against elitism.
Right.
So that was in my mind. So I was able to means attempt that answer correctly. So like that. So whatever this one video I watched, it is all knowledgeable. That's what.
Oh,
And it comes for use at times.
oh,
Thank you
thank you.
very much, ma'am.
Thank you, Sudhakar ji. This is quite, motivating for me. Like I tried my level best to actually, take in all the aspects because I have divided very intentionally the whole syllabus into 3 different parts. So first part holds that whole aspects of the community structure,
Right.
right?
And
And
then
then
second,
second part was all about. Just hold on. Second part is about Second part is about committee.
इसको क्लोज ही कर दे रही हूँ just
Give me. Okay. So second part of the whole course is about the very basic of and the very concept of this whole paper, community organization, community work, social action, where I have discussed that community organization, what does this mean, the principles, policies, and you have right now maybe how many videos you have watched till this date?
I think for 4 weeks I have watched. Now
Okay.
I just given a break.
All
I
right.
will. I'm having exam tomorrow and day after. So after
All
that
right.
again I'll be back to this one.
Okay. So in the second, I mean, in the coming weeks, you are going to, have whole information regarding this primary method of social work, which is very important. That's community work, because the very first part of this whole course was about the general about the community, its structure, all this community dynamics and then conflicts and all. So second part is this is actually about, I believe that this is very important to, once you have to understand the community work or community organization as a method. It's very important. First, you have to go on through the whole aspects of the community, understanding of the community, its structure and all. So second, then you have to understand then you will be able to develop the skills related to the, interventional aspects. So in the coming weeks, we are going to discuss discuss about the community organization, social action, different aspects of those. And I hope that I've developed this whole course with a certain objective that the participants' understanding regarding the community has to be enhanced. They develop some kind of the skills that actually helpful them to understand the community, and then different kind of in the second last part of the whole course. I have actually dedicated to the whole skills development, where all the 3-4 weeks, it's all about the development communication, different tools of development communication, like social marketing and so many communications tools, not the general concept of the communication, which we all know. I mean, that is also need a lot of the discussion. But here, as a working in a developmental sector, we need some different kind of skills, even in communication. So the development communication, social marketing, those are the tools and techniques we are discussing in the last part of the course. And in the last part of the course, we also discussed about, you are going to, listen about another thing, that is the participatory approach. So participatory approach, where you are going to study the PRA-PLA technique. There's a lot of the tools which has been there in the participatory tools under the PRA-PLA technique. So 1 or 2 weeks maybe it's about the historicity and then basic concept and idea of PRA-PLA technique, its principle, what the value system is all. And then the last part, and then again we have discussed very important tools of PRA-PLA technique. And I wish that you all get some kind of the benefit out of those tools and techniques. There's really important tools. I mean, nowadays, once you have to be in a developmental sector, even if you're going into some abroad, these tools and techniques, if you're good into, they're actually going to help you out, and it's actually creates a lot of the wonders. I'm not in direct academicians. I have worked somewhere with the tribal community. I have mentioned somewhere in my lectures also. I have worked with the tribals in Jharkhand, MP. I worked with the HIV/AIDS patient. So I've applied and I learned a lot of these tools and techniques very practically, and I actually witness, and I actually experience the kind of changes happened because of application of these tools and techniques into the community. So this is all actually today I have to say. And the community, to understand the community is so important, because there are a lot of the different types of the communities, like rural, urban, tribals, and many more different types. So every community has its own needs, and when these needs are not met, problems, issues, and a lot of the concerns has been arises into the community. Okay, so to address these problems, social work as a discipline provides a specialized model that is known as the community organization for the community. So to start practicing this community organization, it is necessary to have a clear idea what community organization is, how it works, what are the values attached. It means value orientation of this paper or this course. So For that, you have to understand this whole primary method of the social work, that is community organization, after understanding the whole community, right? So, it's just maybe I missed into the whole course, so I just have to mention here. So to analyze anything, one thing is very important, that to understand the issues and concerns. So again, for that, there is a lot of the tools under the PRA, PLA that I have discussed in the last part. So like the Chapati diagram is there, like force field analysis is there, mobility mapping is there, so that you are going to study in the last part. So one thing, like you have to understand the community, is that is there any kind of the social imbalance or dysfunctioning into the community. So first thing is about to restore the impaired social functioning. Try to restore the impaired social functioning, because if their functioning is not well, the problem would arise. So very first thing is about the restoration of the impaired social functioning. Then about the provision of resources. This provision of resources actually gives a lot of the hope that there are the resources, and always go in a community with this whole assumptions that there are the resources. Maybe that is not appearing, it's not obvious, but there are the resources. Some resources are internal, some resources are external. So how to mobilize those resources, how to channelize those resources are actually considered to be very challenging, and actually that is what need a whole understanding of the community, and then a skillful professionals to mobilize those resources. Next is the prevention of dysfunctioning. If there is a dysfunction happened, or sorry, if there's happened, so you have to restore those. If it is not, so you try to prevent that any problem would not arise. As one very famous social worker has given the functional aspect of the social work is that caring, curing, and changing. So go in a community with these three mantra: caring, curing, and changing. If there is a problem, you have to care it or cure it, right? Or if there is not actually any kind of the problem, but that community needs certain progress, growth. Always, every community needs some kind of the growth and progress. So then you have to go with the changing approach. So caring, curing, and changing. One more thing I would like to mention here. One thing, like as just my suggestion as a teacher, I always ask to my student. So believing in one assumption, I do believe so much into that. One assumption of community work is that community won't change and can change. Am I audible? Yes, I say a lot of
Yes,
things.
ma'am, you're audible.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So always I personally do believe into that, and I also apply this to my students also. That is what people want change and can change. Community want change and can change. Means there are some wants and there is some can. So they have the capacity and capabilities that need to be some kind of support system to enhance their capacity. So people want change and can change. Community want change and can change. This particular assumption actually give a lot of the hope. Want change and can change. Please, hold it very strongly, this assumption. Second thing, always, there are problems. So no problem ever arise in isolation. Okay. No problem in this world arise in isolation. There are some factors behind it. So for that, social work approach would be and must be person in environment. Person in environment, maybe the community in environment. So there are certain things which are responsible for some problem. So person in environment is again is an approach. Always go with this approach and do apply everywhere and anywhere. So that is person in environment. Believe that no problem arise in isolation. Another thing is that principle of non-judgmental attitude. Always go and taking every individual as with the non-judgmental attitude, taking every community non-judgmental. Don't go with any kind of preconceived notion that this community is like that and that community is like that, because media has put something in our mind, and that's not their fault. Everything is about their earning. So even movies has been formed, and they've been given some kind of the that creates, not give, but that creates some kind of the assumption, and those assumptions we actually as a human, this is our error, that we always keep those errors. And as a social worker, our mind should be tabula rasa, means it has to be blank in going. Once you are going into any community, keep your mind open, and being a good learner, being a good observer, take the things whatever in the community and believing into that what the community says about, but not blindly put your own mind that whatever they say, I mean, is those problem, what are the factors behind those problems. So my point is that always take this approach and apply anywhere, that no problem arise in isolation. There are some factors behind that. So this is the approach is known as the person in environment. And third, one theory as a as a learner, I just tell you that system theory, keep this theory and it is going to be applied anywhere. So in your this whole syllabus, I use this system theory many a time. So once you go through this whole course, you will learn about this system theory. So this is all about actually I want to share with you all. So is any further clarification you seek? Most welcome.
Thank you very much for sharing your experience in the fieldwork practice.
Thank you so much.
And it's all valuable inputs for us.
Thank you.
And I think we'll be able to do better job in the coming days in community development.
I wish,
And all your
because our
videos,
country needs so much.
yeah, for me, all your videos are, so I get immersed into your this one videos, because the way you take us in that video about giving details about all that. Now I think you're going to talk about community organization, means again Edward Lindemann and MG Ross, all these names will be coming up.
Right, right,
In
right,
talking about the principles and all.
right.
So I think I'm going to enjoy it thoroughly.
Okay,
Anyway,
thank you so
thanks
much.
to you, ma'am. Really, I searched this course and I voluntarily joined this course.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sudhakar. This really means a lot for me. Like, actually, I mean, for a teacher, you could say, or any academician, this is the most motivational things, such kind of the statements coming out from the learner. So that is what, like, very satisfying. Thank you so much. So now, can I leave this session?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for coming and
Thank you
giving
so,
all your valuable inputs.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. All the best. If any query, further query, you can even mail me. I'll also connect again in this online, medium, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Nice having you here.
Same here. Same here. Thank you so much. Being such a lovely audience. Okay. Thank you.